Real problem. Realtors don't show black people all the properties they qualify for. Fake problem. Calling the master bedroom the master bedroom.
Yes.
Fix the real problem, realtors. This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 127 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
All right, we're doing two segments today. We're doing a racket and then a combo racket marketeer. Next, the next topic, if you just want to fast forward through this one, if you're not that interested in it, although I think this might be the best two-topic show we've ever done. Two of the best topics we've ever done. The next topic's all about canceling out that cancel culture, canceling out the master bedroom. Okay, no more master bedrooms. We're going to talk about that next. All right.
Is this like a new? I feel like you've added a new wrinkle. I noticed it. I noticed it last time. You're doing like a
tease.
You're saying everything that's happening.
I'm teasing.
Yeah, and then everyone's gonna be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm done.
Well, you can fast forward if you're really interested in that. But the first racket.
Well, now they know it's coming.
They know it's coming.
Yeah.
They should know it. Well, they also can see the topics are like right here usually. The way they edit.
Okay.
You know? All right. First topic, Jay Thompson. He just can't, I know he retired, but he just cannot get away from real estate. This is an opinion piece on Inman. Stop letting strangers into your listings. He is calling an end to open houses. Do you want me to frame it up here with what happened first? All right. I'll frame it up.
Go for it. Do it.
There was a recent attack. All of our good wishes and thoughts and prayers and everything goes out to this agent, Keller Williams agent, Lenora Farrington, Virginia.
Yep.
This happened like a week or two ago, and I'm sure most people in the industry know about this now. Another, issue. Jay in his article alludes to this happening all the time. It happens way more. Once is too many. It happens way more than it should. It doesn't happen like every weekend or anything like that.
Well, not that we hear about.
He kind of makes it sound like it happens every single weekend. A real estate agent has been viciously attacked while holding an open house again. Last I heard, Keller Williams agent Lenora Farrington is in stable condition in a Virginia hospital ICU. She was at an open house. This career criminal, Dustin Holdren of Roanoke, somewhere in Virginia, allegedly beat her in the head with a blunt object repeatedly. According to a friend, this was a crescent wrench. She was hit in the head over 10 times at this open house. He's been arrested. She's obviously ICU, like we mentioned, permanent and significant damage. I know the real estate professionals in that market have already raised a bunch of money for her, so that was nice of them. But Jay says he's beyond sick and tired of reading and writing about agents getting assaulted, raped, and murdered while holding open houses. We've talked about, some self-defense stuff, talked about, having an awareness level, having a communication with agents on your team or in your office so that if you do get into one of these situations, you actually have a way to hopefully alert somebody.
Right.
All of that being said, and this situation is just grotesque, obviously.
Right.
All of that being said, should agents consider canceling doing open houses in the future?
So I do not believe in canceling open houses. I think that we've all learned how to do open houses currently in a different fashion. We're doing a lot of virtual open houses, which I think is great. It's certainly an alternative if you don't feel safe, but I don't think that they need to be canceled. I guess I feel like this is no different than if I were to be standing in a retail building, right? Where I'm waiting for...
it's far different than a retail building. Yeah, because you're one person in a home. It's been advertised that you're going to be the agent there. Yeah. So people have a week head up that, okay, boom, here's your headshot,
True.
Nicole White,
I guess
sitting in this house alone by yourself. It's to me, it's totally different.
Okay. I guess you could also argue though, like if someone's been walking past this store and they know, probably like the most infrequent times of people being there.
And you're thinking about a small shop where there's one person working there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in...
But it's much more... The shop or the retail is a much more public environment where somebody could walk by the sidewalk, see what's going on.
So like you're saying, I do think that there should be some precautions taken. Maybe you're actually bringing your own camera then at that point. You know, maybe you're bringing your own Nest camera to sort of videotape as well. I mean, that would actually sort of be a decent...
Like a body cam?
Something.
That would be obviously...
And then you can like disclose it, like as people are coming in, like I have a body camera on just so you, like for my own safety. Might be and then that could actually potentially scare people away.
That might be a better precaution I've heard than anything. Just having a sign right next to the open house sign as they're entering the door, everything is being recorded. That way it stops people from thinking about stealing.
Right.
Potentially stops them.
Yeah.
Maybe, attacking, the person that's there.
Well, you have to disclose it because I mean, I feel like more and more homes have video cameras to begin with already, and you have to disclose it.
That is probably the best precautionary measure.
You're going to wear a body cam?
No, not the body cam. Just having the sign. I wouldn't even put up the camera. I'm just saying, just have the sign.
Oh, so you're going to be one of those people that have you have a sign out front of your house that says you have a security system.
Beware of the dog. I have like a cat back there.
I mean, I guess I don't know that you'd be able to eliminate the harm no matter where you are. I mean, obviously this guy is sick. What's his name? Dustin. Yeah. I mean, I think he was going to probably beat up another individual it sounds like he's a career criminal to begin with.
And Jay's point, he makes a good one. We only talk about this. I'm as guilty as anyone. We only talk about these issues in the real estate community when they happen. A couple weeks later, you just go back to doing open houses, doing private showings, all of that. All right, a couple things I want to kind of throw into the mix.
Yeah, so do you want to cancel the open? I like open houses.
Well, let me give you my opinion.
I mean, I feel like it's great for business. I think it's great for the seller. I think it's a great way to get buyers out there looking at homes too.
Well, yeah, I mean, the stats show that it's not that great of a thing for sellers. And so Jay, you did a great job on this piece. Read through it if you haven't. It's an intimate piece. We're going to link it up. Really well done.
I know that you don't like open houses to begin with. So can you imagine if they were just like scraped from the list?
I don't enjoy doing them for sure, but I'm also going to just be very truthful here. Open houses don't work for sellers. They really never have. Okay. They really never have. They've worked for agents to collect more buyer leads, and they've worked for us in a way.
But what about like developments, like a sales office type situation?
Well, we'll get into that here before we end the segment. But they also work in a way for us to market the property differently. And if we know somebody's interested, to apply pressure. But overall, you're not finding your home at an open house. I mean, how often does it happen? Rarely. In 2001, 15% of buyers found a home.
Unless an open house is the first time it's being offered to the public. Okay. That's happening.
Right. But not a lot. In 2001, 15% of buyers found a home via a yard sign and open houses. Okay. Mm-hmm. While in 2001, 8% found their home on the internet. Okay. So that's 2001.
Right.
Now let's go to today. What's happening today? Because that's going to give us a better picture of if these open houses have continued to work. Well, last year, 2019, the yard sign and open house combined dropped to 6%.
Okay.
Oftentimes we hear open houses is like 1% to 2%.
Right.
And the internet exploded to 52%.
Of course.
Something about always virtually open works, and it works quite well. That's Jay's quote there. You can do a virtual open house all the time. Now, I know what you're going to say. People want to get in the house. They want to, we've talked about this. They want to feel it. They want to touch it. They want to see it. People that come to open houses many times are seeking information. They're either a seller, testing agent, or looking at inventory, or they're killing time. Anybody that's a last minute, a lot of people that show up last minute to open houses, they saw a sign, it's a beautiful day, let's pop in there, place looks beautiful, right? New development happens all the time. You also see last minute people request showings. Right. I was at a property last weekend showing it to somebody who had a scheduled appointment. My phone rings through Zillow, like a Zillow Direct, pick it up, and it's this lady wants to come see the same property, and she lives in town. I'm like, oh, well, I'm here. I mean, just come over, right?
Right.
And I knew it. I knew when I spoke to her on the phone, this was phony baloney land. Okay. I knew she was wasting my time.
Right.
She gets to the property. She's got a gazillion questions.
And is she beating you up over price the whole time?
Oh, she's beating me up over everything. She's beating me up over everything. I said, we have multiple offers right now. I don't really care. You get back in your car and leave. Asked a million questions, started emailing her, sent her so much information, millions of questions, text messages. And then all of a sudden that night, she sends me one final text. Yeah, I don't think this is right for me. I'm out. Total time waster. Okay, these people that set up last minute showings, last minute, gotta be there, gotta do this, running over to the open house. They're not people that have a plan to buy. They change their mind on a dime. They're gonna change their mind 2 hours later. And so to Jay's point, do open houses really work? Well, the stats show us, and these stats are according to, I believe they're according to National Association. Yeah. According to National Association of Realtors, 2019 profile of home buyers and sellers. So the stats tell us they don't really work for sellers. Our experiences, or my experiences of people showing up last minute, don't really work. But here's the problem, Jay. Somebody who's a sicko like this guy, Dustin, could just set up a private showing. You know, there's a couple ways you can stop the open house thing. To your point, video, disclose. This is going to be videoed. We're watching you. The other thing is having two people. I'm always a big supporter of two people at an open house.
Right.
Just for the safety of the homeowner's goods, never, let alone our own safety.
Right.
This doesn't stop the private showing. Now, Jay's going to say, well, you should have these people's information. You should really have these things vetted out. Well, if you're working in a Zillow Flex world right now, you're giving them one freebie. You're going out and giving these people a freebie, so you don't know really. Zillow's got an email and a phone number, and that's it.
Right.
And maybe it's a fake.
And sometimes not even their first name.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the private showing still opens up, because listen, all agents, pretty faces are online. You can figure out very quickly who you want to target if you're one of these crazy people. And I'd still be worried about the private showings. Canceling open houses does not eliminate all of this bad stuff that's happening. But to Jay's point, it would reduce the chances of having a free-for-all opportunity to go and do some of this stuff. And I do believe... Essentially. I do believe open houses are you'll see less and less and less of them. We saw the numbers from 2001 to 2019.
Well, I think especially now with everybody so concerned with the pandemic, I mean, who's going to really want, I think everyone is now so like germaphobe where, I'm sure that they'll be drastically reduced, more so for sellers not wanting people in their homes.
And we've become accustomed to doing things virtually. I think that trend's going to just continue to accelerate. Do I think we should completely 100% call an end to open houses? No, I don't. But I do think we should, as agents and brokerage community, we should be more strategic. We should do open houses when it's an event, when there's going to be multiple agents there. And that being said, we won't do that. We'll have an open house this weekend, and there'll be one person sitting there. And new construction, developers believe you got to be open all the time. You and I disagree with that to some degree because
there's no sense of urgency.
There's no sense of urgency. You're not getting realistic people. You're getting a lot of people that waste time. We've seen that. But it does go both ways, and it's a tough, especially for people who have built their businesses on open houses. I know Jill Biggs, shout out to Jill, #1 team in Hoboken, because it's such a small little tight neighborhood. People can go, if they're a real active buyer, open houses work really well in that neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and
they can see them all. They can walk to them.
And I think it works really well, though, too, for agents. Like if I'm working with another buyer and my buyer wants to see a house, but I'm booked, like go to the open house, take it in at an open house instead of me, not being available to show you the house during that time.
But Jay, really well done covering this. Great conversation for all of us to be having. I agree with you. Let's not forget about these issues. Let's continue to talk about them and raise the awareness of agent safety overall in our industry.
For sure.
All right. Racket/Marketeer of the week, #2. I guess we're awarding the Houston Association of Realtors the Marketeer because this is a marketing move that they made. It's made the most news over the last week in terms of real estate marketing.
Well, and John Legend certainly helped.
And we're going to get into John Legend because of his Twitter rant. Definitely helped the awareness go up. What should you call a master bedroom? Nicole, I've got to frame this thing up real quick. This is from what's it called there? The Motley Fool? A Motley Fool article. Okay, so they're talking about language has changed and evolved over time for a variety of reasons, and obviously...
Especially in real estate, they're saying, though, too. Some words are becoming inappropriate or...
And one of those terms is master bedroom. So Houston Association of Realtors has made the decision to remove the term from their listing and marketing materials. With society demanding respect and equality for all, it begs the question, should you follow the trend? And if so, What do you call a master bedroom? You and I are both going to give what we think master bedrooms should be called. What is a master bedroom? Okay, for those of you that don't know, it was first used to describe the largest bedroom with attached bathrooms or an attached bathroom of an expensive home in the 1926 Sears catalog. Since that time, it's generally been accepted to identify the largest bedroom. Okay, so Sears used it. So what's wrong? Is there something wrong with Sears that I don't know about, or what's going on there? Master bedrooms, can be luxurious, sweet. Like, we know what master bedrooms are. Okay, we get that. So now Motley Fool goes on to say, why should the term master bedroom be changed? The term can imply, this is verbatim, that there is a master who oversees the household, typically a male. Typically would be a male, they're saying. I don't know if they're jumping to a conclusion there.
There's lots of implying there, yeah.
Taking lots of leaps. And from a historical perspective, as a master of slaves. Okay, so taking that leap. This can potentially have gender and racial implications where there is a perceived exclusion of females or minorities. They don't say this, I'm going to say this. Talking about males, I would imagine a majority of males are inviting females into their master bedroom, right? Single males we're talking about. I think so. I don't know if they're trying to exclude, so I would disagree with you there. I think they're trying to be very inclusive of females in their master bedroom.
I think what he's meaning though is it's not that the master would exclude the woman, but that
exclusion there.
But the reference would exclude potentially like a female buyer or a female from feeling as though that would be her master bedroom. Yeah.
The term has slowly been falling to the wayside, but there has been a lot of political activity of late that would support shifting the term master bedroom to something more politically correct. So what should it be changed to? Home builders, homeowners, and realtors looking to be more exclusive. They're coming up with all kinds of names. If you're on any type of Facebook real estate thread, you're seeing all these different names thrown out. But I'm going to take, and I'll let you go here in a second, Nicole. I'm going to take the same exact approach that John Legend took when he spoke through Twitter to the Houston Association of Realtors. Fix the real problem. Houston, you have the problem. You guys are pandering to the mob online to make yourselves look and feel good. You can go back on any real word you want, or a few weeks ago, but you can go back to the one in particular that I'm going to reference. When we talk about the Newsday investigation on Long Island, where they found that unequal treatment from agents in that area was prevalent in the real estate industry. That's where you need to start, Houston Association of Realtors. Instead of making this politically correct stance that we're going to change master bedroom, a term that means nothing to nobody, instead of saying, oh, every single day for the next 365 days, we're going to educate our people on equal treatment, on fair housing. We're going to reference the Newsday investigation. We're going to create policies and procedures that enhance equal treatment in our towns, in our communities. Nope. They wanted to make the big splash, to make the big headline. Props to you, John Legend, for completely burying them and putting them in their place. Houston, you have the problem. Association of Realtors, stop pandering, stop riding the fence, stop trying to adhere to the mob. When we talked about the Newsday investigation, we weren't adhering to a mob. We weren't adhering to this cancel everything culture that's out there. And I'm going to speak for myself. I don't want to speak for you, Nicole. We were talking about, here is a real legitimate problem right now in our country. And then what can we do as professionals in our industry to actually make a difference? This makes no difference.
So I agree. I do think, though, that these are all obviously very important conversations to have, because I do think that, so much of our society is sort of numbed to maybe where some of these words started. So to have conversations
started with Sears catalog,
well,
by the way.
Right. And I guess we would need to figure out where maybe Sears, why did they decide to use the word master as a bedroom? Because again, instead of implying these or assuming that that's what these are, it would be very helpful to start having the conversations of why and where they started, so that you can then better, again, obviously I wasn't born in 1926, but for my entire life, it's always been a master bedroom without even, to be honest, even thinking about what it could potentially be referencing. But again, that's where I falter, you know, like, and I didn't even realize that it could potentially be an issue because it's just always been a master bedroom. So yes, are they not concentrating on the right problem? Maybe, but I do think that regardless, it's very important to have that conversation, because if we are just sort of throwing master around and it just becomes so much part of our culture and like it's just normal, like that's a problem too, you know?
And I my opinion is John Legend is nailing it. His exact tweet, real problem. Realtors don't show black people all the properties they qualify for. Fake problem. Calling the master bedroom the master bedroom.
Yes.
Fix the real problem, realtors.
Yes.
That's all. Well done, John. Well done. It's for standing up and not just saying, okay, you know what? If what I'm about to say is not politically correct, should I say it? You know, how do I say it? No, just calling it what it is.
Right.
And being completely frank. By the way, he got over 400,000 likes, about 100,000 retweets.
Regardless,
tons of replies. Tons of people replied with the investigation that we referenced.
I think that something like this is that Houston decided to do this has actually then allowed for there to be even more conversation. I mean, look, they're getting John Legend to even have more conversation. So again, I think that all of these conversations should be had.
And so this is what Houston Association of Realtors tweeted. Agreed. We are trying to do our part by educating realtors and consumers about the real issues surrounding race. No, you're not. No, you're not. You are headline grabbing, Houston Association of Realtors. This is a pathetic job by you. Just call it, sorry, we wanted to pander. We wanted extra like articles written. Way to go, Houston. Houston, we're so good. We're so woke. Like, that's what you were looking for.
Woke?
Here. Yeah, that's the big word. Woke.
Wow, that's the
Houston
word?
Association of Realtors. We're so goddamn woke. That's what you were looking for. If you really wanted to educate your people, start educating them. Hold a class. Hold webinars where everybody in the country can learn from. Instead of like saying master bedroom is no longer allowed. Without even coming up, by the way.
With an alternative?
With an alternative.
Yeah.
So what is your alternative? What do you got? Since we can't use master bedroom anymore,
pressure.
We'll adhere. What are we going to go with?
I don't even know. I don't have an answer.
I got one.
Like largest, biggest? What did they say? They said primary.
What did they used to call it in the, this is the real word, but in the real world on MTV, they had a room for, you know, intercourse, right? Didn't they have a separate room for that?
I'm sorry.
Laughing,
so the
right?
master bedroom there has to be like.
Call it the sex room. SCX. Look at Heidi's listening in. She's looking over here. Just call it the sex room.
I mean.
SCX, baby. The sex room.
Wow.
All caps.
I mean,
now I'm going to show you.
Nothing like making your own headline.
Now I'm going to show you the sex room. No. Here it is. This is where you can have sex. You can keep some clothes in the bureau over there.
Good thing you don't work with buyers.
Walk-in closet.
Such a good thing
you
don't work with
buyers. Could
turn the walk
into an office. That's what I did.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Really, that's your answer? The sex room?
I don't know. No, Houston Association of Realtors does not have a better answer.
But you said you had a name. Was that the name?
That's my name.
That's your name?
It's the sex room. That's what I'm going to use from now on. This is what we call the sex room.
Oh my
it's where
God.
the magic happens. That's an MTV thing.
The magic?
I think so.
I don't.
Is that a crib thing?
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
it is.
That's a cribs thing. This is where the magic. Call it the magic room.
Wow, but maybe people aren't having magic. Then you're assuming that they're having magic. It's like families, and like you can't say families. You can't say like neighborhood.
So if people are against sex, we could be now discriminating against people that don't believe in sex.
Yes, or maybe they can't have it, or I don't know.
This is ridiculous. This is where we've gone as a country. Houston, you have the problem. Now you created this problem. Now you go fix it. Actually educate your people. I guarantee you, we won't hear another peep out of them. We won't hear anything of them doing a webinar, a seminar, events, classes, written PDFs to their people. They won't touch this again because they're pandering.
Oh, I hope they do. I hope but they won't. All of NAR does it, not just Houston. So.
From Jay Thompson to the sex room, that was
the sex room.
One of the wildest podcasts we've ever done.
Well, you took it there. I mean, you let it there.
Episode
that's
127
where you let us.
in the books.
You let it there.
Come back for more. Give us in the comments what's your name for the master bedroom?
Maybe it's the unsex room.
Do you agree with me? Is it the sex room? Is it the magic room?
The magic room.
Is it the owner suite? I've heard that one. Real creative. The owner suite.
Well, I don't like the word suite because it does imply that it is some sort of suite.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, my biggest bedroom is there's no bathroom or anything really.
Or a closet because it was built in the 1700s.
Yeah, I mean, they're all 10 by 10s. But
all right, guys, keep it real.
See you soon.
Put in the comments your name for the master bedroom.
Bye, guys.